Well, if you ever want to see the hauled out remains of a once proud wrestling company, this is the perfect show for you. Perfect is one word to describe it. I'm John Renton with the Retro Review of World Class Championship Wrestling Cotton Bowl Extravaganza 4 from October 17, 1987. This comes to us courtesy of Classic Wrestling Stuff on YouTube, and it's a short video. It's only like 52 minutes, and even some of the matches on the original broadcast were edited because they realized, hey, we're just trying to fill time and we're just trying to eke our company along a bit, and it would be dead within, another year. I mean, seriously, I think right after Super Clash 3, that would be pretty much it for World Class. And it's really sad because this company was drawing huge crowds. Hell, in the Cotton Bowl in 1985, they drew 26,000 people, and then they were down to about 6,000 people by 1986, and 3,700 people in the Cotton Bowl. Dear fucking God. Anyway, yeah, Mark Lawrence does calls the action. So right there, we are in a little bit of trouble. It's not that he wasn't a nice guy. He cared about the wrestlers. He just really didn't have an overbearing personality when it came to calling wrestling. So we have Vince Apollo, Tonyfaulk, and Frankie Lancaster, who was called the Thumper. I don't know why he was called that. I don't want to know why he was called that. They took on Mil Mascaras, Al Madril, and Manny Villalobos. I'm trying to pronounce these names as accurately as possible. Well, this one was also edited. Mil no sells Shock of Shocks. We get a melee at the end, and then Mil hits a crossbody 1, 2, 3. He thumps the Thumper. Gross. And then we get to Matt Bourne versus the Iron Sheik. It's USA versus Iran. Iran #1. This is in 1987. This was not even the Iron Sheik in 1982 or even 84. Holy shit, his issues had really taken hold. And Matt Bourne is a babyface. Not necessarily believable. The meager crowd was chanting USA because Texas, not knocking Texas, but they're going to cheer those USA boys. And Bourne was apparently covered in dirt. I think he was supposed to be in the trenches and stuff like that, but no, it just literally looked like he rolled around in dirt. It was weird. This was shit. Sheik was absolutely washed. Not as washed as he would be by 1989 WCW when George Scott brought him in. But yeah, Bourne clubbed at him, and we get a double countout. And then they brawl, and then they have a flag thing. No, I have a prettier flag. No, I have a prettier flag. And that's pretty much it. That's all that really was right there. So, we then get Erich Embry versus Sean Simpson, who is Steve Simpson's brother. Steve Simpson, who I described as Justin Gabriel, but with less charisma. And Sean Simpson has even less charisma than that. That is saying something. So, World Class Wrestling Association Light Heavyweight Championship. Erich Embry took a fall at the Parade of Champions in the six-man scaffold match, and that was definitely a match that happened. They needed to take that bump in front of 5,000 some odd people. Yikes. Anyway, well, Erich played the cowardly heel and added to Sean punching him and chopping him and then shoving the ref. There really wasn't much to this show. And then Sean hits him with the belt outside. They brawl a little bit. And then we get a workout with Kerry Von Erich, who's returning from his foot being amputated. So he's going to work out with first a babyface, Matt Bourne, and it was going to be 3-minute rounds and just testing this stuff. But there were heels there, Killer Tim Brooks and the Thumper, Frankie Lancaster, returning to thump the hell out of Kerry. And, well, I will say this, Kerry did do a kip up with 1 foot. That is pretty damn impressive. The fact that he was able to wrestle with that proves how great of an athlete he was. It's just a shame that his issues took hold. Anyway, Brooks runs in. Brian Diaz, who apparently now is a heel after being a babyface, I believe, at the previous event. But I didn't really watch the TV, obviously, so I don't know. But thank you. Forgive me, I don't quite remember the name. Thank you for telling me about, Brian Diaz being best friends with Kerry Von Erich would explain why he got so much time. Fritz basically congratulates him because Kerry hits a discus punch on Killer Tim Brooks and gets the victory. Okay, whatever. I think it was just workouts to show that Kerry was good. And then Brian Diaz runs in again when they're in the and they battle in the field. There wasn't much to this. Battle Royal with Bruiser Brody was cut. Kevin Von Erich versus Al Perez. World Class Wrestling Association World Title match. Man, it's a lot of refs around the ring because there's going to be ref bumps. Al Perez certainly had something, not enough to justify the large ego he apparently had. Gary Hart was also in his corner. Kevin hit some hard kicks and did a great body scissors, Texas Tumbleweed. That was pretty cool stuff. And then we get a melee. Fritz, Gary Hart, and Diaz shows up again. Brian Diaz earning his pay. He must have gotten several paychecks there. Or perhaps he's just like, hey, if I keep Brian out there, they're going to have to pay me extra. Or he was just so enthusiastic to get out there, he's just like, fine, I'll do this. Kerry Von Erich is also around at ringside. Crossbody, foot on the rope. And then outside, we get a ref bump. Bronco Lubick actually took a bump, which is saying something because he really wasn't very young. And then he gets the claw on him. Kevin, not Bronco. That would have been weird. Gary reaches around, said Mark Lawrence. Gee, Mark, what the hell were you thinking about? Kerry hits Perez, and everybody's brawling, and then crossbody 1, 2, 3. And then Kevin was the champion, but then later is returned to Al Perez. That was pretty much the last whimper of World Class. Who knows when the 5th Parade of Champions and 5th Cotton Bowl Extravaganza videos will appear on YouTube. Maybe they're somewhere else. Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.